Hey guys, it's Tom at True Earthers, back with another video for you today. We're going to talk about the astronauts supposedly up in space. 250 miles up is hardly outer space. We also want to take a look at where we're headed next. Supposedly the next step in our human evolution. We want to bring it to your attention and try to break that programming shield. So let's get into it. The moon, ISS, space, the deception. So where do we start, Billy?
Yeah, they're showing the rocket. That's a similar sized rocket to the one that was under the lunar lander. And they're looking at how it blasts, how it just blasts dust everywhere. I mean, you ever stand near one of those, you know? I have, at the drag racing. Pretty close, man. And that shit would blow some dust around, okay, if there was any dust there, let me tell you. But there's no blast crater left under the lunar lander. There's that soft-driven snow that he steps into. Yeah.
The beach, powder.
And there isn't any dust on the lunar module at all, on the lander. Nothing. And there's these scoops. The landing gear has these scoops in them so big. One of them, that's what the ladder is he jumps into. There's no dust in it at all has settled on this thing anywhere.
Perfectly clean.
Uh-huh. I mean, does that make you crazy when you go, wait a minute, there's no dust all over this thing. That thing should have been gray. You know what I mean?
Been all gray.
Shiny bright.
Yeah.
It's literally wrapped in foil.
Tin foil. Spray.
And like a rivet here and two here. Dunk, dunk. Only one on that stretch, but the same distance. Dunk, dunk, two next to each other. I mean, damn. Turned me loose with a hammer gun when I was 12, and I'd have known better than that shit. There's the Twinkie, the last Twinkie, damn it.
How about that Earthrise footage?
It looks like a cartoon. It looks like CGI. If you can't see that looks like CGI and you think that's real rock, you're still blind.
For one thing, if you're on the moon, the Earth would look way bigger because the moon is smaller than the Earth.
Yeah, that's what got me. That was one of the big ones that got me. The size of the Earth from the moon. When you're the same distance from the moon as you are on Earth, the moon looks as big as it does. We all know how big the moon is when you look at it from the Earth. So when you're on the moon, the Earth being 4 times bigger than the moon, it's 4. The Earth should be 4 times larger. It should be a huge Earth from the moon. And it looks the same size, like they messed up and just forgot and said, well, let's put the Earth, but we're going to make it the same size as the moon. Wouldn't you kind of do that? Look at that itty bitty Earth. It's just a coincidence, I guess, that they started this rocket program, you know?
Right afterward.
Right after they went to Antarctica. Bam. And they signed this treaty where only these countries in the club, you know, whatever ones are owned by that bank, can be there. And they must have found something they don't want us to see.
Right.
Because they pointed our eyes into the sky and have us chasing like these pipe dreams out in space somewhere.
Hey, look over there.
Yeah, exactly, where we're finding, and we can never see out there. We only learn to love and trust the CGI images they give us of what it probably looks like. And for some reason, why we would ever want to live there, I don't know why. It looks like, I mean, Mars, you know, Mars looks like a red hell, like without the fire. I mean, whose future is out there?
Nobody.
Who wants to, like, little kids going, our future of mankind is, look at that planet,
Mars,
it's a
not
red.
here on Earth.
Yeah, that's
Great,
what humans like. Humans' future is the only thing missing from it being hell is the fire. You know what I mean?
There's definitely no water.
Yeah. Oh, and when we get there, I guess, and crash into shit, start blowing shit up. There it is. It's hell now. The humans are here. Here's the fire. You got the
Surprise.
Hey. Yeah, right.
Got you to Mars.
Damn. Yeah, no shit. Here's where you stay. You said it was your future, right?
You were right.
Damn, yeah, let us make this a garden again. You know, you take your, maybe if that red stuff up there cures cancer, or, ooh, feeds hungry children, maybe it'd be worth going to Mars and harvesting that stuff, you know? To hell with trying to grow our food out there in our own feces. I mean, we can grow that here in nice, healthy Earth. You know, maybe, yeah. I don't know. It sounds like a big waste of time to me. It doesn't sound like my future or anyone that I love's future will ever be on Mars. I hope not. You know, because unless they like the Sahara Desert, if that's beautiful to them, the Sahara. But just remember, at least you can breathe in the Sahara. You know, you can't even breathe on Mars, and that's where you get an A++ on your test if you say you want that to be your future, because they know you're blind as a freaking bat. A++, your future's on Mars.
To the front of the class.
Yeah, no more waterfalls and butterflies for you. You want to eat your own feces, drink your piss that's been siphoned through how many times over, right? Call yourself intelligent because you're living on a desert planet you can't even breathe on. It's ridiculous. Who do you people think you're talking to? I know who you think you're talking to, NASA. Middle school kids. That's where you get them, right? You get them where all you got to do is a couple of backflips and you're a hero, right? Is that where you're getting us with our children? You're starting them there. Where's the adult section? I've been on NASA watching that stuff for about a year now. Is there an adult section? Because I got into lettuce this summer out in my yard, and I heard you all were growing lettuce in space. So I was like, ooh, maybe there's some cool, scientific stuff I could learn to make my lettuce better here on Earth. I get on there, I finally find it. I'll be damned, the big space thing, this is the most important thing. I'm thinking if you're planning a trip to Mars, you want to really be good at growing some veggies, right? They come out, they pull out these little trays. It looks like somebody went to the grocery store, bought some strawberries, the little plastic cartons, and just emptied out the strawberries, threw some human feces in there, and 2 little sticks of romaine lettuce just growing out of this perfect, right? And this is their big, hey, we're on our way to Mars. We can grow this stuff right in our own feces, and you know how we can recycle all that stuff in our great toilet so we can drink it again, kids, and brush our teeth with it. Kids in space. You think that's our future? These people, are they like some kind of fecal freaks anyway, these people? They're so proud of what they do with their feces. They eat this stuff up there. They're not even human. Well, we're going to play this video. I went back to the first, Google chat with them or something like that on the ISS. I figured I'd try to catch them young before they were watching their asses now that they know we're watching them. And I found something. Actually, I found a couple of things in the very first video I watched. One of them's pretty peculiar, though, and I don't know. I'm just going to leave that alone and let you all see what you think. Here it is.
And there comes the moment to put on the helmets, and there's a final clunk, which means helmet on for the next 10 hours. And we're sealed in there good. Fyodor and Pam check out the lights, all the extra equipment, one last look over everything, and it's time to cram us into the airlock. But before that, we always indulge in a few pagan rites to appease the EVA gods. These little ceremonies, very, very important to ensure mission success.
I don't know, I was a teenager in the 80s, and I guess you'd call it a rocker. We didn't roll up on our buddies unless we threw out a satanic hand sign. It was just a thing to do. If you weren't cranking Ozzy and flashing, the devil horns at each other, you might be a cop back then. But these people here, I'm pretty sure I grew out of it. I don't roll up on my buddies now. These people in their 30s, I'm thinking, late 20s, 30s, maybe even 40, Some of these people, they're still doing satanic rituals in space. I don't know. Do you grow out of that at some point, or at some point are you called a Satan worshiper? I'm pretty sure that's what all my people would be saying if I was still rolling around doing satanic rituals before I did anything dangerous. At my age, I would probably be considered a Satan worshiper.
And they're like so happy that they got to talk to a kindergartner. They think they got one more.
They know they did. They're culling in the children with this stuff. Because it's like, the deal is, space is the other big piece. It's evolution and space are the two greatest sources of uprooting the soul from the human being. Chasing those two things will eventually cause you to feel an intellectual obligation to separate yourself from your soul and submit to the mud skipper shit theory. And this is as big a part of it as evolution, the mud skipper stuff. Because this is the other side of the story, the Big Bang. All the way we revolve all around the sun, sort of like sun worship. Instead of, say, we're the gem, Earth, stationary, and all the other bodies revolve around us. It's all designed to make you think you're not special. You're a lot easier to control when you feel you're not special. And I mean by not special, meaning there's nothing greater than you. You don't have anything greater than yourself inside you, like your soul. You're just living for now because, I mean, it's mud skipper shits for you, you know, in the end. And your children, eventually, when they die, there's no, like, nurturing a soul and responsible for something greater than you after you die. And the space end of it, that is a big part of it, as equal a part, I believe, as the evolution is when it comes to the attempt, the all-out assault, really, that they're conducting on our souls. You know, as with the pineal gland and what they're doing to it with the fluoride everywhere, like we got to drink fluoride. How does that help our teeth? You know what I mean? The only other people who ever mass fluoridated in history were like the Jews in the concentration camps. Oh, not as perfect little Aryan people. They weren't getting it. No, just the concentration camps. And guess who else? Now, us, America. It's in all our water. It's on all our public water. It's in half the bottled water y'all are drinking, thinking that you're doing good. Make sure there's no fluoride in it, because they're assaulting your spirit source and making you more susceptible to fall for fantastic theories like winning the big lottery about 1 million times from the point of the Big Bang, which was the big hit, to all the hundreds of thousands of other lotteries that you yourself would have to hit in order to finally be squirted out of a mud skipper's ass and turn into the monkey man you are.
From goo to you by way of the zoo.
That's how NASA ties into the whole thing. And that's why they target the middle schoolers and even elementary school. I mean, we do backflips up there. And of course, kids, don't forget to brush your teeth. The apparently most important thing they do on the ISS is brush their teeth. You gotta get that fluoride, kids, if you ever want to grow up and be as smart as an astronaut. If y'all haven't looked into the pineal gland yet and the effect that fluoride has on it, you need to check out some of these links. It's very important, especially that you stop your children from ingesting fluoride in any way. There's other ways to brush your teeth, and stay off that town and city water. Okay, they're doing to us exactly what they did to the Jews in the concentration camps. They knew that fluoride, which is a byproduct of smelting aluminum, by the way, it's not some mineral. Okay, China doesn't even want this stuff in their country. Communist China, guess who buys it all by the barge loads? Us. So we can dump it in our people's water. You know why? The same reason Hitler was doing it to the Jews. To keep them from complacent and from docile, being able to critically think about ways to escape, eventually with enough fluoride not even really being concerned with escaping at all. That's what they're doing to us. And combine that with what we were talking about earlier in our other video, with this programming, this incessant manipulation of our subconscious minds by our regularly scheduled programming, okay, day in and day out, and at work around the break table and all these other places you got to be and know what the hell's going on, that you should know by now is fake. If you haven't checked out the Crisis Actor video and that didn't send you on your way into a little bit of a new realization about what you're looking at on your morning and evening news that's shaping the way you think when you go about your day,
Again, programming.
if you haven't decided that it's worth questioning, then it's time to go back to sleep, okay? It's time to just go back up under the magic square and see who's going to win something next. Because if you can't see this stuff, then guess what? You must want to eat lettuce that was grown out of human feces instead of nice fresh lettuce that's grown out of fresh earth.
No, I don't want to
Have at it.
lettuce.
See, that's what happens with, when you get into this conversation with, like, say, people who believe in a soul of some sort, and these, whether it be evolutionists or, the non-believers of any spirit source, the scientists, the Borg, the Borg, we'll call them. It always comes down to like, well, their fantastic guesses based on the Big Bang and all the lottery and the Goldilocks zone where Earth's chunk just landed perfect so something would grow. All this magic, the mud skipper shit mixing with the chimp pee, and now we have the human eye. All their magic stuff that they claim is scientific. So it's true. We recognize that as scientism. You're having faith that this stuff happened. You're not putting enough on your missing link. Your missing link turns out is a huge, huge step between us and some chimpanzees. And throwing in all those wrinkly up, Piltdown Man and Lucy this, and nice try, okay? Nice try. That's not proof of any kind at all. You guys are trying to hide the fact that we're not monkeys because we're easier to control that way. You can't control people who have a free spirit and a free will and a free soul. This is where NASA ties in. This is where the motive is. It's not about monies and budgets. 19.5 billion, by the way, for the year 2018 for NASA. It's not about that. That's all fake. The pile of gold, the big pile of money, that they don't need that. Who do they need to hide that from? If they've got just a fully equipped studio, the likes of Stanley Kubrick's backyard, out in Area 51, they're shooting whatever the hell they want. Okay, they're not going to be messing around with this cheap stuff. And if you look at some of these videos, you'll see what we're talking about. Where they are not in space. I'm about to show we need to show you something we seen here the other day with astronaut Scott Kelly. He's up on the ISS now, okay? And here's another question you all need to ask yourself. We're going to play this video of Scott Kelly, and then we're going to let you decide if you see anything wrong with it. Anything that might make you suspicious that he's really there, okay? Let's play this video we found here, and then we're going to come back and ask you if you've noticed anything funny. All right, here's the astronaut here we've got in question, astronaut Scott Kelly. Supposedly up on the ISS, he's doing science. Again, I don't know what that means, but They're always doing science. Usually they call it physics. But get this, he's on the ISS, and here's the part that worries me. He's splashing water around all over the place. Okay, we've got exposed wires everywhere.
Now,
And
would you
this
want
guy,
us-
I've also seen him do. Yeah, there's an exposed keyboard from a laptop mounted on the wall over his shoulder. I mean, those are exposed buttons. Oh, they're not regular ping pong paddles. And he's splashing this stuff all around, and there's exposed electronics everywhere. There's a laptop open, mounted on the wall. I don't know. I mean, if that's a physics experiment, is it risk? I'm guessing if water gets in the exposed electronics everywhere, there could be a problem. Am I wrong, or does anyone else have an opinion there, or am I thinking? I mean, I see laptops just open. I would think that they might be looking at him doing that and go for the tranquilizer gun, okay? Scott Kelly has obviously got cabin fever, and he is splashing water all over this high-tech electronic equipment that's exposed and powered up. That guy would be hauled out of NASA. They'd put him in an insane asylum when they got him way back down here to Earth. It's dangerous. I've seen it happen here on Earth. Sparks fly, all kinds of lights go out. Hey, maybe your oxygen will go out. Why don't you quit, doing science, important science, and splashing water all around the ISS? You see the little flecks going everywhere? You see that? You see that stuff? Where does that stuff go? Oh, it gets sucked into the vents, right? I'm glad you're so good at juggling water with ping pong paddles that you're not worried about making a mishap and some water getting into one of them exposed laptops. And hey, here's a note for anybody else who thinks astronaut Scott Kelly's in space. Take about a half a glass of water, pour it into your laptop or computer or whatever it is you're watching, and film it and send it to us. And then we will believe that Scott Kelly is in outer space. Alright, sheeple, here's one last video we need to show you all to see if we can shake you up and get you thinking about something outside the box here with what's going on. Got a little video of astronaut Don Pettit, the one that's he's like a wet robot, this guy. He kind of stammers through his sentences. I'm sure he's some kind of MIT super grad, but I don't know, he looks like what happens if you pour water all over C-3PO. He's kind of a little glitchy, but he's drinking something, and I don't want to say what I think it is, but we know what they'd like to drink up there. But before they play the clip, they go live to him up on the ISS. They're down in NASA headquarters, and behind them is a green screen, like what they put CGI on. And at the end of this video, with what he's drinking here, you'll see him bring the container down, and it glitches out. The liquid actually is outside of the bag. It kind of glitches out, and then it goes back to
Normal.
back down to home base, NASA, and when they cut off with him, and it goes to a green screen where they do CGI. That's why you see these people a lot of times when they're doing this stuff, they're always looking at a screen or even looking at something in front of their face, and their eyeballs aren't matching up with it. They're looking through it or looking at a tennis ball. There it goes right there. Did you see that? It glitched out. And then it goes, there he is. And to the green screen. Cut. Alright, I don't know what else you people need to see. If you just want to believe, like I said, that's fine, but I don't know. Maybe we should keep this stuff out of the schools, the elementary, the middle schools, where kids are just being force-fed this idea that they know everything. And they're faking it all. They're lying to you people. They want us to demean ourselves and demean our souls with the consumption of our own fecal matter, Our dreams are on a burning planet that resembles hell. And I don't know, it doesn't look promising to me. It doesn't look promising to me, not when we have so much here. We've got a head start. We just need to really get rid of the people who want us living in a burning hell. And then we could devote a lot more resources to what we already have here, where we were meant to be happy.
Yep.
So, hey, thanks for listening, guys. I hope you all look into this. Check out some of these links below. We're going to leave you with a final thought here. Till next time.
Alright, thanks.
NASA urine recycler, test 1, sample 1. It's the first water we've got out of the machine. This will allow astronauts to recycle their urine and sweat into beautiful, clean, clear drinking water. First sample, transparency, subpar. Oh, that's just piss. That's just straight up piss. Smell, urine-y, and damn it! Oh, that's piss. I don't know why I have to drink it. It's piss. It's yellow. That's piss all the way down to the bottom. Results have not been promising. Edison, you know, it took him like thousands of tries to find the right filament for a light bulb. And maybe we're being idiots, or maybe we're... that's piss! Let's just see who drinks it. I'm not gonna drink it. I can sit here all fucking day. You drink it! Do we even have a machine? Are we just pissing into this bottle? That would go great with a cheeseburger if you like drinking piss with your cheeseburger. Hey, that's not bad. Like a glass of water that a friend pissed a little bit into. We made water! Somebody give me a glass of piss!